Here's what you need to know to fix accidental bladder leaks. I am Rama Swami, a pelvic health physiotherapist, and for those of you who are new to this channel, this is the space where I share health insights from my clinical experience being a pelvic health physiotherapist, treating thousands of individuals with their concerns. Imagine this. The thought of sitting through a 2-hour movie and then followed by a date night stresses you out because you won't have access to a bathroom and you need to pee every 45 minutes. You don't work out at the gym anymore because you fear you'd have an accidental leak if you do jumping jacks. Jumping on the trampoline is totally off the table. And you don't venture too far away from the house so that you can come back and go to the bathroom anytime you need to. When you go shopping at the mall, you map out all of the bathrooms in the mall and then decide what store to go next so that you can take a quick pee break whenever you need. If you were out running an errand or jogging, the moment you come back home, you put the key in the door and instantly urinary urgency hits you and you need to rush to the bathroom. Before you go to bed at night, you end up going to the bathroom 3, sometimes 4 times to make sure you're not waking up at night. In spite of that, you end up waking up multiple times a night to pee. Accidental bladder leaks or urinary incontinence is a very common symptom. 1 in 3 women worldwide experience this at some point in their lives, and most of them don't seek any help because of embarrassment and shame, and they don't think that there is something that you can do about it. Not all bladder leaks are the same. There are 4 different reasons why somebody would have bladder leakage. The first reason is when their pelvic floor muscles or their urethral muscles don't clamp tight enough. So there's actual weakness in the structures that are supposed to stop the urine from leaking. This is called stress incontinence. So anytime there is abdominal pressure, like when we sneeze or cough, or if you're having a good time with your friends and you really laugh, a hearty belly laugh, or if you're doing some jumping jacks, or you lift heavy weights or pick up a heavy bag of groceries, all of these count towards adding abdominal pressure, which in turn adds a lot of pressure on the bladder. And if the muscles and structures which are supposed to clamp urine are not strong enough, it results in accidental urine leaks, which we call stress incontinence. In this context, the stress is actually the physical pressure which comes from your abdomen going into the bladder, causing the leakage. When you get a sudden urge to pee and you're on your way to the bathroom, rushing as fast as you can, but the urine starts to leak as you're walking towards the toilet, this is called urge incontinence. It typically happens when you have an overactive bladder, meaning which the bladder doesn't wait until it's full. It often gives you a blaring alarm, a strong urge signal, even before it has reached its capacity, resulting in an involuntary muscle spasm, which causes the bladder to leak. Most people have a combination of stress incontinence and urge incontinence, which means they have weak muscles which are unable to clamp and prevent the loss of urine, but also they have a bladder which is super active or overactive, and that doesn't give them enough time to go from where they need to be to the toilet, and there is a rush and a sense of urgency. This is called mixed incontinence. Another type of incontinence is called functional incontinence, which usually happens when your kidneys and the bladder, the organ system is working fine, but due to other diseases and comorbidities, the person is unable to get to the toilet in time. This happens in individuals who have maybe dementia or Alzheimer's, and they just don't recognize the urge to pee, and therefore they can't get to the bathroom in time. Or it could be somebody who's got debilitating arthritis. The walk from their bedroom to the bathroom just takes too long, and therefore they cannot hold their pee and they end up having urine leakage. But before you figure out what kind of treatment is best for you, you have to know what type of incontinence do you have, because the treatment depends on the type of incontinence as it treats the root cause. If you have stress incontinence, that means you have weak muscles. If you have urge incontinence, where there is a sense of urgency, you might have an overactive bladder and an overactive group of muscles, which might need a different set of treatment. If you have functional incontinence, there might be other diseases or other conditions which need treatment to overlap the symptom. And if you have a mixed picture where it's a little bit of everything, then that is a completely different approach that needs to be taken. So, to figure out what is the best treatment approach for your bladder leaks, first learn what kind of incontinence do you have. If you enjoyed watching this video where you learned about the different reasons why people have bladder leakage, check out this next video linked here where I share other such health insights.